Ma'am De Los Santos. So, Ma'am, I'm gonna question you about something. Are you ready for the first question? So, my first question is, how do you typically research a product or service before deciding to buy it?
Usually, I tend to research the product that I'm deciding to buy from different online platforms or online selling platforms, as well as browsing or window shopping from different stores or stalls inside the mall. Then I tend to compare and contrast the given prices of each item from the online platform and from the physical stores before deciding to purchase a certain product.
What steps do you take to ensure that the seller is reputable and trustworthy?
Regarding with that, since I do tend to buy many items from the online platforms, I always look or observe or see if the rating of the seller is very good or he or she has a very good rating, as well as the comments, because from the comments or feedbacks we can see that if the seller is really a legit seller, if your item ordered really will be if it will be delivered actual or accurate from the seller page, because most of the time there are many sellers who are not reliable. They post different items from the online platform, then as soon as you receive the package or the parcel, it's not the same with the photos that they are displaying or promoting. Compared to the physical stores, what you see is what you get. So for me, the physical stores are more reliable than the online. So I do check on the ratings of the seller and the comments or feedback.
How does knowing your consumer rights influence your decision-making process before a purchase?
It really affects or influence my decision making, because before I could say I am a reckless buyer. I don't check on the reliability or accuracy of a certain seller. If I'm buying it, I'm buying it regardless if it will really come in my hands or be in my hands accurately. It doesn't matter for me before. As long as I click the button on the online platform, I don't care. I just receive everything and pay it if it is on COD or in COD form. But now, since I have the idea or I already have a knowledge about the consumer's right, I became more critical thinker in terms of buying products. I tend to check things before, paying the product you offer to our because it is important to know if your object or the products that you're going to buy are important, right? Do you really have to buy it? Or you're just buying because you just like to buy it without thinking the pros and the cons of having that certain product.
How do you differentiate between a qualified professional doctor and someone who may be practicing without proper credentials?
Maybe in my case, I am, hindi naman natin sasabi na talagang meticulous, really meticulous type of person. But upon having appointments with the professional doctors, I always look at their, stature or the way they bring themselves or carry themselves. Because when you see a professional, they are more neat. I mean, I'm not saying no, the clocks are not neat, but the way they carry themselves, you can really feel the aura of being a professional. Yes, they talk less. They prefer to explain to you what are the procedures that we're going to have. Then they follow proper protocol. For instance, doctor, we're talking about before giving the client, they ask the client to wear PPEs or protective gears. Then they sanitize all their tools and equipment that are being used. While the quacks, they are not that particular in terms of sanitation. Then the way they also provide services, I would say that they're more harsh or without finesse. I'm sorry. They're not that finesse compared to those who are professionals who really undergone series of trainings and practice before they receive their credential as a professional. So I guess from the service, from the way they look, and from the way they carry themselves, from the way they talk, you can say if that person is a professional or not.
Sometimes there's also some professional doctors that I also know. It's kind of hard to recognize the professional because you said earlier or the last time that to really see the professional doctors is really about their industry.
Yeah, their credentials being hung in their and in addition to that, you can see the professionals showing their credentials. It's a must actually. Before, rendering the service, you must show or post or let the clients or clients show your means of verification. Just like their diploma, certificates of different seminars or practices, trainings rather that they undergone just to reach that part or that point of being a professional. So I guess from that MOVs, you could really see that they are professionals.
How do you think that potential risk of seeing a quote-unquote compared to the benefits of seeing will establish
It could risk your life actually. If I'm not mistaken, if you want to really grasp what I am trying to say, I would like to suggest to you to watch that certain docu-series in Netflix wherein somebody acted as if that he is really a real doctor, but only to find out that he is not a doctor. He is not practicing the medical procedures and services. He assumed that he is a respiratory or cardiorespiratory, pulmonary doctor, or the doctor that specializes the circulatory system and the respiratory system. Sorry for the confusion. So he gave operations to his clients or patients by if it is in cardiovascular system, a bypass. So he thought that having a bypass, but in your lungs or the organ of the body's lungs, it should be a live nerve or a live or a live part of the body to be placed on that certain part that needs to be bypassed. But in this case, he used plastic components. So he used plastic to attach the respiratory and from that series, I forgot the title, but it's still there on the docu-series that he really portrays as if he is a real doctor that specializes in respiratory system. Unfortunately, he killed, I could say he killed because of his malpractice. He killed 5 people by operating and putting a foreign object in the body that risked the lives of those patients. So I could say it is really dangerous and risky to, let a quack to handle your body. So it's a big and meaning in my case that I need to be vigilant in choosing the doctor because it could cause our lives.
Maybe in my case, I am, hindi naman natin masasabing talagang meticulous or really a meticulous type of person. But upon having appointments with the professional doctors, I always look at their, stature or the way they bring themselves or carry themselves. Because when you see a professional, they are more neat. I mean, I'm not saying the quacks are not neat, but the way they carry themselves, you can really feel the aura of being a professional. Yes, they talk less. They prefer to explain to you what are the procedures that we're going to have. Then they follow proper protocol or procedures. For instance, doctor, we're talking about medical, related to medicine or medical services. Before dealing with the client, they ask a client to wear PPEs or protective gears. Then they sanitize all their tools and equipment that are being used. While the quacks, they are not that particular in terms of sanitation. Then the way they also provide services, I could say that they are more harsh or without finesse. I'm sorry for the term. They're not that finesse compared to those who are professionals who really undergone series of trainings and practice before they receive their credential as a professional. So I guess from the service, from the way they look, and from the way they carry themselves, from the way they talk, you can say if that person is a professional or not.
But, sometimes there's also some professional visitors that it's kind of hard to recognize the professional. You said earlier or the last time that you really see the professional about their good.
Yeah, their credentials being hung or hung in their and in addition to that, you can see the professionals showing their credentials. It's a must actually. Before, rendering a service, you must show or host or let the clients or clients so your means of verification. Just like their diploma, certificates of different seminars or practices, trainings rather that they undergone just to reach that part or that point of being a professional. So I guess from that MOVs, I could really say that they are professionals.
Giving us the time to
Yes. Nakalimutan ko.
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Rina Rivas Lakila and I'm here to interview this student in here. So first of all, what's your name?
You're 17.
So this is my question for you. So how do you typically research a product or service before deciding to buy it? And isaon nimo og pangita o makabalo kung tinuod ang product o dili?
Nang dili siya epektibo na mga kuan paggamitan ka bali mo wala mabago sa imo.
Okay, thank you. So, pangkadwa, what steps do you take to ensure that a seller is reputable and trustworthy? Unsaon nimo, unsa imong hinuon para may balan na ang kanina maliga kanang saligan?
Daga nagnamalit sa iyaha tapos daga nagniingan nga kana sa iyaha kapalit kay kana iyang mga paligya epektibo. Tapos kanang sikat na siya sa kawan inyong barangay.
Okay, thank you. Tapos sa sunod na question number 4 is, how do you differentiate between a qualified professional doctor and someone who may be practicing without proper credentials? Kanang maunsa nimo o pagkabalo nga kini atik na doktor o kini kay tinuod?
Bala nimo ang atik na doktor ug kanang iyang mga baligya, mga piki, kanang wala dili lisensyado nga mga product kanang dili makaayo sa imong mga sakit o sa imong ipambati pag kanang nabutang nimo tumaron sa katong epektibo mabalaan nimo kanang pagtumar nimo murag ay kanang pagtumar nimo murag gaan-gaan nimo pakiramdam wala na kay bation.
Thank you. So, kaning last question is, how do you think the potential risks of seeing a quack doctor compared to the benefits of seeing a real established professional? Kanang unsay mga hitabo sa imong pagkamit sa piki kaysa sa tinuod? Unsa na benefits ang makuha kanang piki nga doktor o tinuod nga doktor? Kanang piki nga doktor mo na siya ang Dr. Quack o kanang tinuod na doktor mo na mga professional. Unsay pagka kuan nila pagka-difference?
Para makaagira kag mga manambalay nga piki dili tinuod nga mga kuan manambalay ka, tapos mailan nimo ang dili tinuod nga manambalay kay maka kuan kag tambal nga walay kaayohan sa imong lawas, way kabaguhan na gyapon imong sakit di ka maulian.
Sa professional doctors,
Sa kanang sa
professional doctor.
sa professional doctor mga kuan sila tagaan kag resita sa kuan pwede ka makapangayo sa mga sa mga butika tagaan ka nilang tinuod nga tambal pwede ka maulian wala pa yung mga sakit tapos kanang wala na kay bation.
Thank you sa kuan. My name is Gina and unsa pa ang pangalan?
Jerry.
Salamat.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Catherine Espajo.
And my name is Matt Armudia.
And I am Irene Ugatis. The one question. How to a product or service before deciding to buy it? Yeah. Maybe, di ko sure kay di man ko hilig magpalit gud og any products. But, para mabalaan nga kini nga service or kini nga product is legit, kinahanglan tanawon ang iyang label or naman na yung mga barcode or kining tawag aning makabantay mo sa galang mga guys gali nga naay code niya kana siya is one of the basis nga legit siya nga product.
What steps do you take to ensure that a seller is reputable and trustworthy?
So for me, to ensure that a seller is reputable and trustworthy, if that seller has a certificate or license sa kana nga product and also naa siya mapakita nga kini na mga tao is naayo ani nga product or na-effect sa ilaha.
How does knowing your consumer right influence your decision-making process before a purchase?
Just knowing your consumer. So before na nakatry na ko og palit og product nga dili day okay ang quality niya. So para sa ako maka-affect siya kay tungod wala na kay salig pag nanapog kay makita niya lain product niya nakabalo na ka kung say legit or dili ana. So naay positive kay sa second time nimo makabalo na ka ay kini fake day siya kay nakaagi na ko ana nakabalo na ko unsay quality ana. Then ang negative ana is syempre mawad-an kag salig atong kuan kining seller kay tungod kabalo na ka nga kuan na dili day na legit niya na victim na po ka na kana. So ano siya na siya negative ug na po siya positive.
How do you differentiate between a qualified professional doctor and someone who may be practicing without proper credentials?
Differentiate between a qualified professional doctor and someone who may be practicing without proper credentials. So when we say professional doctor, so nagi siya license of course. Then kanang mga nagpa-doktor-doktora, so expected na to nga wala gyud na sila yung mga kining mga license, then mga certificate siguro sa ilahang pagka-doktor.
How do you think the potential risk of seeing a quack doctor compared to the benefit of seeing a well-established professional?
So for me, ang possible na mahitabo kung makig-meet ka sa ka-doktor nga legit is positive ang imuhang ma-gain. Unlike kung ang katong imuhang ma-meet is katong quack doctor is na possibility nga naay negative effect sa imuha. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ruby?